NASA is doing a lot of stuff, and especially on social media. I feel like this is the golden age for NASA. You see us everywhere now in pop culture. You see us trending all the time. When I started NASA, it didn't feel like that. It felt like there was a void in what we were doing. And so that's really, really changed quite a bit. So what happened, I mean, you look at our numbers, we have grown so much since 2009. We are in the top 100 Twitter accounts. We just knocked the Dalai Lama down yesterday. When we got on there, we passed, Charlie Sheen was 100. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get Sheen. But we have a long way to go. And I honestly think that you look at where, I don't understand, people are like, oh, that's impressive, you're 98 top Twitter accounts. And I think that's ridiculous. I think we should be top 3. Because the content's so great, and I think we're getting there. We're growing really quickly, and it's once people know NASA's there, like, oh, why aren't I following this? And you see the great content out there. But you have to leverage people that are not interested in NASA. You don't want to just go for the space geeks and put the content in front of them. I think it's really important what we're doing to let everybody know. And one of the key demographics for us are young people, and certainly young girls who want to study fields in science, technology, engineering, and math. We provide great content, we participate in the conversation, and we ask for feedback, and I think that's really part of our success. We don't just, when I started, I thought it was just another distribution method for news, and then I quickly realized, like I told you earlier, it was a conversation. People ask questions, you answer them. There's nothing more important to us than doing that. Sometimes just being a big government agency, people think, NASA is like, has a wall around it, and what we try to do is break that wall down and let people in, both metaphorically and literally. I'll talk about that in a second. The way we're structured, NASA is interesting. There's me and one other guy manage everything at NASA headquarters. And then there's 10 field centers NASA has across the country. And each field center has a lead. And then we meet with them every week. We talk with them every week on a telecon or VITS video conference. And we coordinate. And then they, at their center, those leads, they work with all the missions, projects, and programs. And that's kind of how it's set up. So it's a kind of a pyramid structure. And then we're able to communicate stuff to everybody. And what's important to us is to amplify all those accounts. You have 500 accounts. If you can get everybody talking with the same voice at the same time about the same subject matter, you can be really, really powerful. And we've seen it many times where we're the ones who made something really hit. So we really want to be, that's one of the reasons why we did all this. We want to have the clarity of voice. We want people to know what's happening. So we have a good communication chain internally with doing that. We don't have a policy. I know everyone asks me sometimes, like, what's your policy in social media? And I know some organizations need it. I'm sure there's people in this room that, like, there's laws you have to be followed, and you be very careful, and everything has to be reviewed before going out. That's not true. I posted 3 things this morning. No one looked at them. I just do it. But I make sure that everything that I put out there is already public. I'm not breaking news on social media. I'm taking something like a web feature that was already written, already vetted, and putting it out there. Now, one of the questions we get sometimes is, what if employees go rogue or they post something they shouldn't post? Got to tell you, with 500 accounts, it's only happened a couple times where there's been mistakes like that. And there's already rules in government for how you communicate, what you should or shouldn't do, about things being, what's work and what isn't work. Why recreate something for social media